Now, COP30, the United Nations Climate Conference, takes place in a different city each year. Hosted by Brazil this time, the conference is being held in the city of Belém. This is located on the edge of Amazon rainforest, and world leaders have started arriving. A lot is at stake as the summit eyes global cooperation on climate and nature. Now, Brazil's President Lula da Silva is hosting world leaders and has launched a fund to protect the world's forest, key absorbers of planet-warming carbon. He says it is time the world leaders take scientific warnings seriously.
Passados mais de 30 anos da cúpula da Terra no Rio de Janeiro.
More than 30 years after the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, the Climate Convention returns to the country where it was born. Today, the eyes of the world turn to Belém with immense anticipation. For the first time in history, a climate summit will take place in the heart of the Amazon.
Terá lugar no coração da Amazônia.
Brazil's port city of Belém will open its doors to 50,000 participants for the COP30 conference on climate change from November 10th to 21st. Over the span of about 10 days, world leaders, diplomats, business owners, scientists, and activists will swarm a large conference centered to showcase what they have done to combat climate change.
Belém honrará os legados da COP28 e 29.
Belém will honor the legacies of COP28 and 29. Accelerating the energy transition and protecting nature are two of the most effective ways to curb global warming. I am convinced that, despite our difficulties and contradictions, we need a roadmap to plan in a structured and fair way to reverse deforestation, overcome dependence on fossil fuels, and mobilize the necessary resources for these objectives.
A dependência dos combustíveis fósseis e mobilizar os recursos necessários para este objetivo.
Now, as Brazil hosted world leaders for a summit ahead of the COP30 climate conference in the rainforest city of Belém, UN Secretary-General António Guterres tore into nations for their failure to limit warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Scientists have confirmed the world is set to cross the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming threshold around 2030, risking extreme warming with irreversible consequences.
Meanwhile, the climate crisis is accelerating. Record-breaking wildfires, deadly floods, superstorms, shattering lives, economies, and decades of progress. Last year, emissions reached another record high. And today, as we have seen, the World Meteorological Organization confirmed that the emissions continue to rise this year. Let us be clear, the 1.5 degrees limit is a red line for humanity.
Guterres called the moment a moral failure and deadly negligence. He urged nations to act quickly to curb emissions and avoid irreversible climate tipping points. Colombia and Chile have criticized U.S. President Donald Trump for not attending COP30 after his remarks denying the climate crisis. In fact, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro said countries gathered in Belém for the UN Climate Summit should forget the U.S. President on climate action.
The absence of the United States here, the fact that Mr. Donald Trump has not come, that he personally denies science and leads his society with its eyes closed toward the abyss, and with it all of humanity, is alarming. Mr. Trump is wrong. Science sheds light on the coming collapse if the United States does not move toward decarbonizing its own economy. It is not drill, drill, drill. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, is 100% wrong.
Leaders representing over 100 countries met on Thursday in Belém at the world's leaders' climate action summit ahead of the COP30 climate summit. Brazil has acknowledged the uphill battle it faces rallying climate action at a time of wars and tariff disputes, tight budgets, and a populist backlash against green policies as well. However, it hopes COP30 demonstrates that climate change remains a top global priority, even as crucial targets are missed and progress falters. The UN's Weather and Climate Agency on Thursday said 2025 would be among the hottest years ever recorded.